Go ahead. Okay, so if you want to generate a large rotation through the torso in a lateral position, the method that a lot of people like is a side roll. You have to be exceptionally cautious because you're going to be in front of the patient, you're going to be really twisting them, you are probably going to be using their leg for additional leverage. So you have a high demand for control, which means you have a high demand for contact, because if you are not contacting them in reasonable ways, there will be a large amount of dangerous, uncontrolled motion. It's okay. Doorbells ring sometimes, and apparently we get electronic notifications. Okay? So the stuff that's going on with the upper body in the patient matters, but it matters less with respect to control than what you're going to have to do with the leg. So I'm going to show you this from both sides of the table so you see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to have you lay facing me.
On my side?
Yes, please. It's in lateral. Okay, so you don't have to be excessively obsessive about the exact position that they are on the table. They need to be far enough forward that when their bottom leg straightens, their top thigh isn't going to necessarily catch the table. You want some freedom. So what I'm going to have you do is shimmy your hips forwards. There you go. And when I ask people to move on the table, I control them. I take contact, I tell them what I want them to move, and I restrict how far they can move. So you can come underneath the up table arm. When you do this, you have to be exceptionally careful. This is no good because I'm going to need to move the shoulder. So now, based on my size and the patient's size, I have to be able to reach there to do it. There are times when that is going to be inappropriate, and I, as a person, am going to have to do this because I'm trying to use the shoulder as a handle to turn the torso. In order to do that, I have to get the slack out of the scapulothoracic joint. This is a great way, right? But again, the up table arm is less important with respect to control, but there. Right? I'm going to have to be able to do that. So if she's much taller than she is, I can run into a hard time. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you that my down table thigh is the most important part of this. My abdomen is going to be important. I'm going to have to, she can't be too far away that I can't reach her with my abdomen. My abdomen is going to have to make contact with her abdomen or the up table side of her pelvis. Like, this is an absolute necessity. So I'm going to hold her leg, straighten your bottom leg, right? So you see how when I hold her leg, I put it against my down table thigh. Now I can let it off, and I'm here, okay? She didn't move anywhere, right? Because I have contact. Now, my down table thigh can move her thigh. In this case, it's not moving particularly far. So now, go ahead, I can rotate her back on the top side, and I can, now this isn't changing any of the relationship. This is the same thing. In order for me to change the relationship between the shoulder girdle and the pelvis, I would either have to push this back farther or pull this forward. This is nothing now. She is in the same place. So now I want you to see how there's lots of contact here. It is very, very respectful contact. This is not necessarily anything that's going to be deemed overly sensitive. It's my forearm. I don't want it to be my hand. I don't want it to be my fingertips, right? So we're going to roll her back, roll her forwards. Now you'll see my down table thigh is controlling her lumbar column, okay? There, that's the control. It's all of that. So if you watch, if I bring my thigh, my down table thigh towards me, and I let her freely hang, so just watch right here. Okay? Now, if I lose complete contact and I start to do this, it's all over the place, right? Like, I can't get what I want. With that contact, I can get whatever movement I would need in this region. It's not going to work in the thoracic column, okay? So you know my down table thigh matters. You know my up table arm matters, but you can see I can do the same thing. This is okay. This is okay, because it's about the shoulder, really. Okay, we're going to have you lay on the other side. So that you, yes, please. So that you can now see what my thigh is doing. Okay, shimmy forwards. There you go. So hopefully I don't have to explain this as much on this side. Okay, straighten your bottom leg. So I keep her thigh against me. Take it off the table. roll. See? See, my thigh does the work, right? Now, uncontrolled, right? You see it's uncontrolled? Okay. Now, if they take deep breaths sometimes and you hold, you can get cavitation. You cannot thrust. It is illegal for you to thrust. Okay, so I can't jump on it. Okay, just take a deep breath. Let it out. Nice and slow and smooth. Deep breath. Let it out. Deep breath. And out. See? No cracks, right? But lots of movement on you. Well, sit up. There you go. The contact is exceptionally important. The down table thigh is the most important thing. Your down table arm wrapping around the pelvis, generally speaking, is exceptionally important because now my thigh and my forearm take everything with me, right? This, not this, not this, none of that. One movement. So see, this rotates the top backwards. This rotates the top forwards. The thigh, I can put wherever I want now to work through the lumbar column. The contact is essential. The most important contact point is your down table thigh with their thigh. The second most important thing is your down table forearm with the top side of their pelvis. It's got to lock in so that it goes where you want it to go and it's controlled.